Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. So, still working on the Beast. Got the lights and everything in. I'm glad I cleaned those and didn't keep the other ones. Anyways, so I went ahead, slowly but surely, man. The whole chassis painted, put up the headache rack, put the mud flaps on, and once everything got on, all the lights back here came on. And I thought, because I had to kind of pull this one a little bit, I thought maybe this one was shorting out because the light itself started flickering. So then I thought, oh shit, maybe it's grounding out on the metal. But then all of a sudden all the lights went off. And so I went ahead and grabbed my test light or my hot pen. So my guys, Greg Horsfall and Cody. Cody, you know what fucking Greg was all about, or what he wasn't all about. You about that, nigga? You about that? So, anyways, I got everything kind of figured out. I went into the fuse box, and on these T2000s, yeah, I'm repainting that door I wasn't too happy with. Looked like dog shit. Anyways, so grabbed my voltmeter and went into the dash, checked all my fuses, my relays, everything's good. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, it's always something, man. I'm like, so I don't like having switches outside the truck for the spotlights and everything. So I had to go into the dash here, rip all this shit apart because my knucklehead ass guys, I don't know who, if it was Chris Edgerton, I don't blame you, Cody, because you're a good shit anyways. But before I secured the headache rack, I have one toggle in there for my beacon lights, which I'm running to the mirrors. I'll do a video on that. I had a couple subscribers tell me they wanted to find out how I put my lights for our trucks into the mirror backs. So I know it's not really part of the video, but just kind of venting. So it was a long frustration trying to find out why those lights weren't coming on. So I've been doing a fucking electrical, and a lot of shops won't even touch your electrical. And I am patting myself on the back on this because I've actually become pretty good at it, surprisingly. So I took my hot light, had my blinkers on, and I was testing all these pins. And I was getting left signals, right signals. Now when I put this one on, and I have my running lights on so I can see let's see if I can do this one-handed. Oh, there we go. Sorry. So I know I got power coming back here. So then I went ahead, and so if you see, actually I got it all ripped apart now. Actually, not really. Anyways, these ones with the blinker, they turn on. When I go and switch the blinker to the right side, it does not come on. And so the first thing you want to do is check your, I gotta adjust that door again. So the very first thing you want to do, if you have this problem, is check your fuse box. Everybody should know where their fuse box is in their truck anyways, especially in these older ones. Turned out pretty nice with the paint. Anyways, so I was like, I could get it here at the pins, the left blinker, right blinker, but I'm not getting any running lights on here. I'm not getting any kind of light on my test light on that. So I'm like, when I plug this into this, these lights come on. But when I have it plugged in, these lights do not go on. And I just went ahead and did my splice. I silicone my butt leads. I use silicone is my fucking go-to no matter what. People make fun because I'll use wire nuts and everything, but I silicone the shit out of the inside of the wire nut so the wires don't get corroded. I know that's a long explanation, but I'm just trying to help you guys out. So I was getting the right turn signal on this plug, but when I plugged it in, I was not getting any turn signal. So I'm like, all right, I got it up to that point. So when it's plugged into this, because some fucking monkey went ahead and did all this kind of shit, I started tearing it apart. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do a video on it. Because if you don't silicone your butt ends, or you don't use some sort of shrink on your wires, you're going to get moisture in there, and it's going to cause corrosion. So I could see this one busted off, and you can see when it's green like that, it's seriously corroded. And my green here is disconnected, and my guess is the problem exists in this plug. So when you guys are doing electrical, I use the butt connectors, but if you go back in my videos, you'll see that each butt connector, I jam the top of the butt connector with silicone, and then the bottom where the wire goes in. I just, whenever I do a butt connector, I just twist them together and slide the butt connector over it, and then I go ahead and crimp it, and then I'll silicone. So you don't have two wires, like one wire going into the one butt connector and the other wire going into the other butt connector, because then you have 2 points where you can have corrosion. So if you twist the wires together and just slide the butt connector over, you won't have that problem. You only have 1 point of having a corrosion problem or a breaking problem. I mean, you could do it however you want, but I've had pretty good success at doing it this way. I've never had a problem, and I've wired trailers and all kinds of stuff, because shops will not do electrical work. I mean, some will, but they're going to gas the shit out of you when it comes to the payment, because nobody wants to do it. So that's why I created this YouTube channel, so I can help people out. Seriously, I did. So I'm going to finish taking this garbage apart, and I'm going to show you, and I've already done videos on this, but I'm going to show you how not siliconing and not shrink wrapping, or whatever they call it, for your wires going into your connections. My go-to is silicone. I prefer to do it that way. I feel good with that type of connection, and I don't have to constantly look for wire shrink or whatever the case is. So I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to show you. Yeah, if they would have paid attention to actually doing the right thing when they splice this whole thing, instead of, this wrap thing is, it's it's going on and on and on. So now I got to cut out another layer. Now everything's in question now, because this, you could see these wires were just like sparking out. You could see where, that's a fire hazard, man. It's just, I don't understand sometimes, but anyways, I'm going to continue cutting so I can get down to the nitty gritty here, because I'm going to have to check every single splice for every light. Man, this fucking cat must use the whole fucking roll of electrical tape, I swear. Anyways, all right, now you could see there's splices inside of splices, inside of broken wires, inside of more splices. Broken wire. What is the purpose? And I am kind of slamming on the dude, but nobody's perfect, and it did work for a long time. However, I don't understand why you would do a splice on the yellow to the red. I mean, it's literally a few inches away. So now you're just creating more problems with this splice. And then a couple inches away, you got another splice. Like, just take that wire and go to the red with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can eliminate so many problems by, you know, like here, you got another splice and another splice. You got the green wire with going to the blue, and then you got another splice on the same wire. It's that's not smart. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and then get it rewired. And this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. Nobody should do this, and that's why a lot of shops don't want to do electrical, because it's such a headache, you know. So anyways, I have a little bit of work ahead of me to do. So I'm gonna put you back on pause. Hopefully my phone won't die, and I'm going to cut out these splices and make it right.